Definitivamente que ya no hay vuelta atrás.
There is definitely no turning back. The people have already said Maduro has to go, and the people are willing, as demonstrated with the national sitting, which is driving them crazy, and all the demonstrations that have been staged to show that he has to leave office and it is on the table. I think they are not going to explain who are behind the solution, but we see some signs. A Uruguayan senator asked former President Pepe Mujica to manage the odds of Maduro. She is also talking about a meeting between Almagro and some negotiators, including former President Leonel Fernandez, so perhaps there is a high agenda. There are other things that are not known, such as an inexplicable position that Panama is suddenly acting as a bridge to find a solution. For example, that Maduro can come to Panama, and it is something that is discussed in Venezuela. The point is who will replace Maduro. That is, they have already decided that he has to leave the office, but there is not known who will replace him to reach an agreement with the opposition in a kind of national united government. There are so many things that are happening, such if Maduro comes to Panama to solve the Venezuela crisis. Even if I don't like that, I hope so. Panama has helped the Haiti crisis by granting Raúl Cedras an asylum in our country, including when the Shah came to Panama during the crisis in Iran. This country has played that role, and maybe it's the role that Varela is playing. We do not know, but I think the fact that Maduro has to leave and that the conversations are taking place, which are not going to be public, of course, to overrule the Venezuelan regimes are logical because of the position taken by the people, rather than the opposition. The people is made up by opposition and Chavismo. Maduro has to leave since there is no possibility of change because there is a shortage of food, medicine, there are political prisoners, a controlled National Electoral Council, and a fully controlled Supreme Court. I think we are reaching the end. That is why it is necessary to continue pushing through protests locally and the insulation at the international level, which I have always posed that Panama must assume against Venezuela. The odds of Maduro definitely includes the odds of Vice President El Aissami, accused of drug trafficking and of being involved in the business of granting Venezuelan passport to Syrian and terrorists. It also includes the odds of Diosdado Cabello and all the generals involved in drug trafficking in the so-called Cartel of the Sun. It includes all those who have damaged Venezuela so much and are known by the Venezuelan justice and international justice. The case of Prosecutor General Luis Ortega Diaz, who has been pointing out that the people who have been peacefully protesting should not be arrested, is an indication of an internal breakdown of the regime, of that they no longer willing to be part of the crazy thing Maduro is doing. 3 soldiers have been deserted. How many more have not deserted or attempted a court? We don't know because of the lack of information, but there is certainly a several cries.